Breaking news, baby dolls. The corrupt SEC have officially filed a response to Richard Hart in what we call a motion to dismiss. And of course, they are dismissing friendship. Why? Because they're corrupt. It is what it is. Now, let's go through it. Breaking, the corrupt SEC have presented its opposition to Ricardo Corazon. Here is the update. Here is his response. He's issued an official response. The corrupt SEC have presented its opposition. My lawyers have it. It's not visible in the docket currently as per the court's rules. I'm not a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Yes, pretty much that's it. And they were actually late with it. I guess they just broke the internet rules. They went and did their own way. So it is what it is. Now, Mr. Nuclear Herbert's friends, he is basically the lawyer of PulseChain, the PulseChain lawyer. He's very experienced when it comes to these. And yeah, man, I'm looking at, obviously, a lot of your faces. I don't know what it's saying, man, I did not come into crypto to learn about a judge and rulings and 3,000 papers. And, what's a jurisdiction? What's this motion to dismiss? Oh, golly gee. I know, man, I know. It is what it is, man. But this is just life. It throws it at you. But also, I'll be honest, man, look, people, they have a hard time really understanding markets. People genuinely think that if Richard Hart didn't have the corrupt SEC on his back, they think we would be like 30x higher in price. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, friends. I promise you that, okay? And look, if we would be 30x higher in price, I would be upset. But we wouldn't be 30x higher in price. We would not be, okay? I know it's crazy. These types of thinking, you're like, no, how could it be? No. Yes, man, it is what it is. And I've already given you the blueprint. Cycle 1 narrative, cycle 2 narrative, cycle 1 products, okay? It is what it is, okay? PulseChain is an alt layer 1. It's now in cycle 2, okay? PulseX is a DEX. It's also now in cycle 2. HEX is a DeFi coin. Yes, I don't want to inflame anybody. It's DeFi 2.0 category. Some call it Ponzi DeFi. Who cares? It's also now in cycle 2, okay? If you go and look at this year, nothing from cycle 2 went up except a few things. Pretty much Solana and Injective. Everything else, poopy time. That's it. Out of like 400 coins, yeah, 2 or 3 went up. But that's what you get. It's a Bitcoin halvening year. I don't know it's hard for basically for people to admit this, but it is what it is. Now, let's look at the PulseChain price. Of course, it's wrecked, it's ravaged. And yeah, the real price is the Pulse-East ratio. That's also destroyed. It is what it is. I also want you to know that how I interpret this is basically, friends, this event is bigger than just you and me. And like, oh, no, the corrupt SEC did this or whatever. Yeah, it's okay. Funnel your hatred to them. That's fine. Don't go easy on them. But I'm just telling you that, look, if you could foresee the corrupt SEC coming, okay, if you could foresee it, it doesn't really do anything. Because we know what product market fit was chosen by people. It was meme coins. And everybody's in that same boat. You have layer 2 chains, you have all these other competitors. And Solana just came in and said, you know what, we're just going to fund all these meme coins and do this super high fast transaction stuff. And Anthem's going to be like the pin boy, poster boy, get these celebrities in. And that's pretty much how the market's kind of playing it out. But that's running parallel to what we have in PulseChain right now, okay? And I know a lot of people, of course, you love the logos, you love Richard Hart. You're like, oh, but if he was streaming, if he was doing all these stuff. Yeah, friends, look, ultimately at the end of the day, it's not about you or me, okay? It's about the people out there who are not in yet. And what you want them to pick, what you want them to believe in, what you would like them to buy, it's completely different to what they end up choosing. They just chose vaporware, dog poop, low-life memes on Solana G-Land. An overwhelming majority of them did, okay? Yeah, they're moving around, rotating around every 24 hours. It is what it is, okay? So I just want you to know that this is very standard for a Bitcoin halvening year. And yeah, I've given you like the detailed synopsis of it. But really, ultimately, at the end of the day, I like how I describe it as well. Nobody retires in a Bitcoin halvening year. That's it. Okay? So no one retires in a Bitcoin halvening year. Why? Because the cohort of people in crypto, we haven't expanded the pie. All we've done is a couple of people within the pie, they've saved up money and they've sold bags here to go move somewhere else and they've rotated around. And it's a very PvP rotation. But ultimately, we all win when the gates basically open. And when is that? Well, hopefully in the next few months. Bitcoin maybe cracks 100K. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Ethereum cracks higher. Ethereum ETF continues. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. But if we do get that crack higher, retail actually come in, the pie gets bigger, and then everybody wins. Now, of course, not everyone really wins. You know, like in 2021, Doge does a 500X and Litecoin only does a 5X. Right? So, yes, winners and losers, it's all basically you're going to have to decide for yourself what you even think a winner is. Because I'll tell you right now, everyone thinks they're holding the major winners. Now, this is me having fun. This is Nuclear Herbs right here. Friends, as I've described him here, he's a mystical pot plant found high up in the ancient ruins located on PulseChain Mountain. So we do appreciate him. We love him for sharing us this with legal stuff and how it's all going out. And look, he believes, right, so the corrupted CC was either most likely just late and, you know, I had to cut it off before because basically they had missed the deadline. I thought, well, this is kind of a colossal screw up, but it's just kind of showing you that, you know, there's all these, we're going along, friends. We're moving along this cycle. You know, it's kind of like the movie's playing out. But yeah, man, I know a lot of people, I know it's lurking on everyone's minds, but you even got to see it, man, with XRP. Like, I mean, I could show you the XRP chart, friends. And actually, even before I show the XRP chart, this is one of the unicorn winners. This is Injective. Injective literally pumps up, what, like 40x from the low, and now it's come done another retracement, 67%, as you can see. So this is one of the winners, by the way, from cycle 2. Just one of the winners, okay? But if you really want to look at the corrupt SEC's influence, friends. There you go. There you go. This is a weekly, that's a monthly chart. If you go back and check on the daily, I mean, this is just horrendous, right? XRP, yay, beat the SEC. You do a 2x. You do a 2x and then you come back down. Why? Why is it like that? Well, network effects, man. Network effects, friends. The words of a government institution, they don't pack as much of a punch as you think. It takes a lot. Can't just say, oh, you're a security, oh, we don't like you or whatever, right? It's all around the world, friends. Liquidity, you know, crypto is hard enough to get into it enough as it is. It's not like it was so easy to buy these coins and now they're turning it off. No, it was really hard to get in. Okay, friends, it's literally like someone in the neighborhood wants to buy drugs. Drugs are already illegal. The criminal system is also filling jails up with all the drug dealers. And then the cops, they're like, oh, there's like let's say there's 18 dodgy alleyways. And the cops go like, oh, these 3 alleyways, if anybody tries to deal drugs in here, we're going to take you to jail. You better not be buying or dealing your drugs in here. And you're sitting there like, bro, firstly, there's another 15 alleyways. Secondly, we're not meant to be dealing drugs anywhere anyway. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You see what I mean, friends? Like, but the illusion of this corrupt SEC coming out and packing their punch, it's just that it's timed with the cycle during that middle part that everyone thinks that that's more important than what it is. It isn't. But look, I know why. Why do people put a big emphasis on it? It's because they hold the chain and Richard and everything so high in their mind. They need a reason to explain to their family why everything's going dog shit. They need a reason. They can't say, well, we just bought too high. They can't say that. Because if you say you bought too high, like, what do you mean you bought too high, bro? Richard Hart told us market cap doesn't matter. He told us we were a bear market hedge. He told us none of it mattered, man. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to keep winning. What do you mean we bought too high? There is no too high for this community. That's why they don't want to hear it. That's the truth, man. That's it. We sacrificed with too many non-believer, hater plebs. The price was just too high. It is what it is. Okay, so this is the game, friends. This is just the game. Now you know. When there are too many haters along with you, it's game over. You can't rely on them whatsoever. All right, but it is unfortunate that it's been like literally over 3 years now, and everybody's still paying a deep, deep, deep price for it. Yeah, man. Look, I'm not stressed. Everything's going to be all right, but now you're going to think twice about buying the high when Bitcoin's maybe $180,000 or 200K. You're going to think twice about buying anything, aren't you? I mean, you say that, but we'll see. Now, I'm just going to share Mr. Nuclear Herb's post. So before the corrupt SEC did the thing, he goes, look, there are 3 thoughts. 1, blowing the deadline is either a galactic F-up by the corrupt SEC, or number 2, there's a dismissal, there's a settlement coming, or 3, there's a dismissal. So they're not going to dismiss. All right, it's very, very unlikely. We won't get a dismissal. If a settlement was coming, and just to remind everybody, people forget. Like a lot of people say, "Hey, man, we basically got $1 billion. Why don't we just pay him the 12 billion?" It's because one of the conditions of the corrupt SEC is they want Richard to disappear. So it's basically like, pay us 12 million and then don't ever talk about crypto. Don't shill crypto. Don't associate with crypto or in the crypto industry. Don't even do anything finance related ever again for your life. Just leave. Go do something else. I don't know, go chop wood in the forest or something. That's one of them, right? So I don't know if that clause is still there. They might chop that away over time, by the way, because when they saw the XRP Army, friends, and like this, like XRP Army, bro, what a step up. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, Ripple, keep dumping on our heads. Don't worry, we got you. and they were able to fight it through. Okay, so that's why, friends. That's why if you want to know, just pay the fine and walk away. Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe the corrupt SEC, they're slow, man. They're slow. It's a justice system. They take time. They have freaking friends. They get paid salaries, man. You know what I mean? They get paid salaries. You know who's got, look, and most importantly, the bug eaters, the bug overlord worshippers, which is the US Fed, it's a fourth wing puppet arm. Their whole strategy is to basically just drain you out over time. That's them in control. They don't want to do nothing fast. They don't want to rip a band-aid off. So that's part of the thing, part of the whole game is to like, hey, is it going to take a month? No, it's not. It's going to take 3 years and a month. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what they want. Now, what comes next? Well, the next phase is the court date, right? It's called the oral session. Now, of course, your friend saw me. I've got to talk about the oral session. Not that oral session, friends. It's Fan Family Show. But it really is the oral session, okay? Everyone's going to be using their mouth to talk. You can't just do righty McRighties anymore. You can't write words. Now, this oral session is where Richard, I think he has to appear in court. He has to speak. I don't know how they're going to do it. You know, maybe it's just an iPad or something. I don't know, from the dunny. We'll see. And it's in October, maybe October 24th. I've got the date roughly around there, end of October. And Nuclear Herbs has mentioned that it takes about, so after the judge is Auntie Carol is going to listen to that oral session. That's basically going to be it. It's going to be, hey, corrupt SEC. Okay, you're drinking all the semen. Okay, who's this fat dude twerking? Okay, he's got 200,000 people behind him saying that everything's actually all cool. She's got to try to figure that out. However, the corrupt SEC, all of this oral session stuff is coming down to this term jurisdiction. It's basically like, do you even have legal grounds to go after this dude in the first place? That's what it is, okay? So, yeah, it's going to be annoying because this whole year is just that one issue. And it's going to take her about 60 to 90 days. So, let's say, you know, they do the court thing in October. Now you have all of November, all of December, and you're like, well, you definitely know these people, they're working on salaries. There's no way they're rushing that out. Then, okay, just move into 2025. Now we're in January of 2025, and then we get that final decision somewhere, okay? If there is no jurisdiction, okay, everything's lifted. Because basically, Auntie Carol says, hey, corrupt SEC, you know what, man? Like, you shouldn't have been going after this guy in the first place, okay? However, if Auntie Carol says, you know what, corrupt SEC, you can technically go for them, then we're like, oh my gosh, we have to wait like another whole year. But just chill out, friends. Chill. Don't worry about that part. But yeah, technically, it will be another drain. It'll be like, okay, what's the next thing you're going to argue about? Okay, it's going to take another whole year. All right. But friends, look, ultimately, look, at the end of the day, all that matters is we moved the Ethereum. We did. That's all that matters. We got the ETH. The ETH was moved. You know, if you put a water pistol to my head and you said, Tommy, you can only choose one of these two. Richard streams or Richard's allowed to rotate and move around the money. Move the PulseChain sacrifice wallet. Which one would you choose? I'd like to ask you, what do you think? Right? No, there's no right answer to this, but deep down, friends, I feel like you would want to choose the ETH money. I feel like it. Because if Richard's rotating the money in, we are the megaphone. And there are a lot of poor and bored people who have been rotating freaking Jason Derulo and then Iggy Azalea and Andrew Tate coins, calling each other the N-word every 15 seconds. These people, doomed to fail, okay? If they hear that, you know, there's 170,000 Ethereum, and remember, if ETH hits $7,000, friends, US, you have 1.2 billion now in there. If that starts rotating in, and then you have your friend Somi here literally telling the world, wow, there's billions of dollars coming in. This guy's literally rotating it. Here are these transactions, right? And yeah, they're not listening now. But when there's a big fat green candle and it's starting to shoot up, and maybe crypto banter, maybe like Randy Boo, he's like, what's going on over there in that crazy cult? He's like, well, Richard Hart moved $100 million in, you know what I mean? And then maybe he shows your friend Somi's tweet where I'm like, hey, in 2021, Avalanche moved $180 million in 2021. That's actually kind of like, that's nothing, by the way. And yeah, you don't believe me? I've got the evidence for you here. AVAX token jumps on $180 million incentive program. Hey, that's kind of funny, friends, because when I look back through like the window of time, I could have sworn that number was huge. Because they had an actual season, right? And I'm thinking like, whoa, might have been like, I'm thinking in my mind, it's like, whoa, they must have stimulated, you know, in a very non-sexual way, with consent, they must have stimulated like $900 million, almost $1 billion. Wow. And I'm looking at that number. I'm like, 180 million? Really? That's all? There's nothing. That's nothing. Today, the wallet's already got 3x, PulseChain Sacrifice wallet's already got that. Okay, so that's interesting. I've actually had to pause, friends, just to make a quick video, just to make a quick post here, sorry, to show you. It's very, very important, okay? Because, yeah, man, like just, I've even made a post just for everyone here. Avalanche's AVAX token jumps. Just to let you know, so, yeah, man, 180 million, man. I'm actually looking back. I remember that was when Trader Joe and all these other things started popping off. That was when, like, basically Ansem and I remember the 3AC guys, they basically, there was like the threesome of Solana, Luna, and AVAX. That was when the AVAX injection came in. And yeah, friends, you're probably wondering like, what happened? How did it happen? Well, it was September 2021. It was literally 90% of the way through the bull market. I'm not even joking, 90%. So yeah, technically there's 3 months left. Yeah, 3 months out of like 36 months. Yeah. So well, 90% of the way of the bull market. Most people hadn't retired, as always. And then Avalanche said, we're going to inject $180 million. Now, this is the thing, friends. I don't even think they actually had $180 million. They just provided the AVAX token, which is an alt layer 1 chain, just basically like, you know, basically like PulseChain. They just provided that in incentive programs, DeFi farming. So that's how poopy this program is compared to what we have in PulseChain. It would be like Richard Hart putting up heaps of like Pulse as like, you know, the PulseX yield farms. So let's say you earned Ink and Pulse. It would be like that. You know, obviously on the surface, friends, obviously the bums would love it. But you and me were like, don't do that. Don't do that. Make them work for it. Don't hand it out. But we don't need to hand it out. You got the Ethereum. Okay, so that's why I'm here, just to let you know that, man, friends, I can click out in 2 seconds and just walk away. But I'm just telling you, the thesis is still the same. I don't really care. If you're being a little bitch and you want to cry and moan about other stuff, I can completely empathize with you, man. I understand. Yeah, but because like, man, I know it's hard for people to like deal with reality. We just bought too high. It is what it is. You just got to wait longer. And also, 4-year cycles playing out literally exactly to the T. We'll see how we play out between September of this year and then August of next year. Okay, so that's something you got to be really, really thinking about. Also, if you want to know, you know, the Avalanche season, do you want to know when we are, if PulseChain times its season the same as Avalanche one, right, it would be about May next year. May to June next year. To just show you, man, like, yeah, 4-year cycle's on track, but you don't have to do anything until then. I mean, like technically we don't have to move. I know it doesn't sound nice. You're like, oh my gosh, you mean we could actually go nowhere? Yeah, we could. It's like, it's not up to me, friends. Okay, so that's pretty much what it comes down to, right? We have October. We've got the oral session. But I'm not worried, man. We've already moved the ETH. Okay, so yeah. Obviously, a lot of people, they want to go back to the glory days. They want Richard to stream again. I know them because it's a very right-wing, conservative type. Don't worry about politics, I'm just giving you an idea. People like seeing strength, right? Less empathy, more strength. They want to see that from Richard. They want to see him debate people and put people down. But just be honest, man. Like, it's hard, friends. It's hard to debate people when your coin's down 99.3%. You know, pHEX, eHEX, and all those. And it doesn't even matter because, look, even if Richard was debating and doing stuff right now, it would make you feel good. Make you feel good. But the truth be told is that these people are coming in for memes, man. They're not coming in for these talking points like back then. They're not. Everybody who Richard could adopt, all right, not everyone, most of them, they're already in now. If you want more new people to arrive, we just have to wait. We have to wait for the total industry to grow higher, to grow bigger. That's like, we're due for that, you know, in the next few months. So when that new cohort of people come in, then you can start to say, oh, wow, all these new people coming out here. Sweet. Let's see if we can recruit into the community. Okay, but also, like, make no mistake, these people, remember, they are not going to be, like, the first thing on their list is not to rush in for, like, real DeFi. Okay, now it's beautiful that everyone believes in real DeFi, but, like, you don't kid yourself. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you're a Bitcoin maxi and it's January 2021, and then you think everybody's coming in for Bitcoin, and a lot of people did. But then, to your shock, Doge does a 500x because you actually get to see everyone just comes in for memes once again. Just to show you, okay, how shocking that was. So we're going to see something like that again. But it doesn't mean you give up. Like, you might say, oh, just go dump on everything, go buy memes. No, you don't do that. We already have memes, right? And they're on PulseChain. It's a double win. Okay, so I don't know what the price is going to do from here, friends. I've given you this critical update. It does look like a garbage range, but it is what it is, okay? But look, man, I'm hoping that, once again, it's hoping and coping. I'm hoping that by the end of it, when we start to finally move up, when we start to finally move up, right, something fancy schmancy happens up here. I hope we just keep blowing the roof off. I have no estimates on that. I don't know. I don't know. It's nearly impossible to calculate because you've got the people who just want to get out. So, look, I know we're all having the same combos, okay? Because I'm like, man, oh, we're never going to go up. We're never going to go up. Everyone's going to dump. I know, man, but like, you know, he's only going to rotate in when the rest of the market's pumping up, right? Okay? He's not going to rotate a big amount when everybody's like ready to sell. He's not going to do that. He's going to rotate in when you don't want to sell. That's kind of the catch. And then ignites FOMO. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, of course, if Richard injected half of the Ethereum in right now and printed pHEX up to 45 cents, yeah, everyone clicks sell. Okay. But that's because you're looking at an Ethereum price of $3,000. A Bitcoin of $57,000. Okay. Can I ask you this, friends? Do you want to sell your HEX at 45 cents if Bitcoin is $220,000? Do you? Now, you might say, yes, I do. Okay. You know, a 45 cent HEX is 45 billion market cap, right? What if I put 2 meme coins at 100 billion valuation? Are you going to think about clicking out now? Of course, because we're in the deep pain, I know everybody says, yes, I'm out. I know you're saying that. But let me tell you something. We're all here in 2022, and Bitcoin was at $15,700. And I remember every single person saying, if this piece of shit ever got back to 30K, I am out and I am walking away. I remember that. I'm sure, friends, if you remember long and hard, you remember that too. Look what ended up happening, okay? It was the way it went up. The fact that it just kept walking up and it embarrassed these people. That was the killer, friends. That was the killer, right? So I'm not going to just invent like this random range stuff, but that's what ended up happening in markets, man. It goes up to a price where all those people who want to exit, yeah, it lets them exit. Then it embarrasses them and they get back in. That's markets, man. That's markets. You know, the longer the base, the higher into space. Yeah, man. But when you're looking at something like if we go have a look at, you know, HEX, for example, this is obviously pHEX, friends. When you're looking at something that has been doing this for a long time, okay? Remember, pHEX, pHEX, all the same thing, okay? You just got to wonder, like, what is the rest of the market doing here? ETFs launching, it is what it is, okay? Just telling you they're different worlds. It's a completely different world. And with altcoins, they move fast. Just don't get your hopes up like, oh, going to flash up 10x in a day, because yeah, only some of them do, okay? So yeah, hopefully I've opened your mind today, right? Yes, the corrupt SEC, I know it's like the obvious news event, but no, Destiny's already done, man. It's already done, friends. He already moved the ETH. He's locked in ETH. That's it. We need Ethereum to go up. That's pretty much what it is. We're leveraged on Ethereum. We need ETH to go up. And that's what we're waiting for. Okay. Now, ultimately, remember, it's all out of our fate. Yeah, it would be nice. Okay, get rid of the SEC and stuff here and there. I just got a feeling that it's all going to kind of match up with the 4-year cycle and just look from afar really like pre-programmed spooky. And me and you be like, wait a minute, like how is Richard getting attacked by the corrupt SEC? How did they line that up with the 4-year cycle and governments adopting Bitcoin at the same time? There'll be more governments that can come and do it. And maybe even US Fed stimulus, right? All these events, you're going to look at them like there's no way these things are related. Or are they? Okay, that's what you're waiting for, friends. So yes, you can click sell now, but I mean, like, you waited this long to click sell now? And the fundamentals are still the same, man. There's 170 content creators. There's 70 streamers. Ethereum goes, this is as simple as this, right? Ethereum goes up, and then it goes up some more, and then it hits $7,000, right? Or wherever it is Richard's going to rotate. Could be 7K, 10K, who knows? He starts rotating it in. I've already given you the numbers, right? Avalanche had a season with $180 million. Well, what do you think 1 billion is going to do? What do you think those 70 streamers are going to do? 70 people of us who have a YouTube channel. I've got a fluffy microphone, not just any microphone, a special fluffy microphone. You know, and yeah, you might say, well, they might hate the guy so much. Yeah, but they don't hate money. They're going to rotate in. They're going to talk about it a lot. And everyone, trust me, friend, I can already see it. There's going to be these new people you've never seen before. You're like, who the hell are you? They're going to be calling him God again. Because they're going to be like, whoa, this guy doesn't dump coins. He buys the coins. Whoa, like, yeah, what we've been saying for literally the past 3.5 years. You woke up to it. Why did I wake up to it? Because I see a big fat green monthly candle, okay? But to get to that point, seeing is believing, friends. We've got to see it in our mind first. Until that, right, we're going to deal with this like judge stuff and legal stuff. It is what it is. And yeah, man, look, it's funny, no matter where you look, friends. I mean, everybody's in the same boat. Well, you think like even Link, friend, look at this. ChainLink is literally, friends, changing the entire fabric of space-time when it comes to crypto. And it's fucking wrecked. Minus 90%, okay? So many coins are like that, friends. Maybe Soul, this is like the winner. This is like, wow, you have won the game. Okay, but there are so many. I mean, there's just so many coins from the past. Oh my God, this is Litecoin. Litecoin, you know what I mean? It's not like there's, like, it really is. It's poopy time for a lot of these other coins, okay? This is Cardano, Ethereum. Look at this, Cardano, Ethereum, all the way down to Poopy Town. Yeah, it's going to be a while. That's why, look, I don't know if these things end up, like, you know, figuring themselves out and they work their way out to new highs. I doubt it against Ethereum. That's why I've told you, man, 90% call, 10% lottery. Because your lottery tickets are, you're basically betting that people will see the excitement in other chains, meme coins, and then they will come and buy the PulseChain ones. Okay, it doesn't have to just be PulseChain, whatever chain you think is going to win. But PulseChain ones, obviously, friends, we're looking at Dick with Bar, and then you have the PDI story. You've got Na, HOA, Pika, all these other great ones, like very, very obviously clean, strong communities out here. So what you're actually doing is That's what you're betting on, friends. In a bull market, everybody reprices relative of each other, called the ninth wonder of the world. And that's what you're betting on, okay? That's people say to me, how is this thing ever going to go up? That's it. I've just told you, okay? Ethereum goes up, it rotates in, the core coins are all going up, everything's liquidity linked, and as he's rotating it in, us, the loud megaphone, is speaking to millions and millions of people out there in crypto saying, guess what? A billionaire is buying his own coins. You better front run him. They start bridging in. They start buying up all the coins. And what do people do? Okay, they start coming for the memes and all the other altcoins that are flying. And guess what? We've got first mover advantage, okay? Which meme coins are the ones you want to buy on PulseChain? Oh, gee, I don't know. Let's go to the most popular ones, the most popular influencers, KOLs, whatever they want to call us at that time, because they don't know who we are, friends. They're just coming in. They're like, oh, this guy likes this. This guy's got a Pikachu hat, and that's when they come in and start to go nuts. That's what you're doing, friends. And these people, they're not here for a long time. They say they are, but they're just going to be like, you know, trading around, doing all this stuff. Maybe get some exchange listings. That's pretty much how it's going to play out. And in that mania and in that mess, yes, it'll be a distribution where strong hands are distributing on these new people who come in. And it's going to be like musical chairs, because you're not going to know, right? How much of the ETH is going to rotate in? How much? 10%? 50%? All of it? What if he only does 25%? He's got 170,000 ETH. What if he just puts in 30,000? And then people are long thinking he's going to do the next. And then we get a bear market. You thought about that? So there's all these things that can play. However, you and I have the luxury of taking profit and distributing around that time, right? And everybody else who comes in late, they have to guess. They're going to be playing Russian roulette, because they're going to be playing that game, because they need that game to be played, because they were not buying low with us or holding low. They're going to be people who are like dealing with the prices hopefully 20, 30, 40x higher, okay? Let's see how it all plays out. Like, subscribe, better, and all. Catch you soon.